Hi, this is Trendencias, and I am Carlos Marrero, reporting on the exciting world of fashion, beauty, and entertainment. Hello, everybody. This is Carlos Marrero, and you are watching Trendencias, the show where we do not talk about politics for once. Okay? I am so excited because this show came about as an accident. I'm going to tell you how this came about, but before I continue, I always forget. Please make sure you follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And these are our addresses: Trendencias with Carlos Marrero on Facebook, Trendencias Live on YouTube, and Trendencias Live on Instagram. I don't know about you, but we have been cooked up at home if you're behaving. And as soon as this pandemic started, when it actually back in March, and everybody was extra scared, and we were not leaving our homes, I would go in the backyard and I would try to find some solace and meditation and look at birds in my backyard and blah, blah, blah. But I also started a little bad habit. I started doing happy hour at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And the happy hour led to chips and salsa and nachos, guacamole. And it just keeps going. And then because we're kind of depressed, you start eating because of stress and all of that stuff. And I don't know about you, but that COVID-20 is right here in my belly. And if you see me wearing black all the time, it's because I'm trying to hide it. But not anymore, because I am so freaking excited about my next guest. She is not only drop dead gorgeous, she's the daughter of one of my dearest friends, Victoria Duke. Hi, if you're watching. And I actually was I'm always trying to look for new, exciting partners that are going to be in the show. And this girl does a lot of makeup and all of that stuff. But I didn't know that our guest today, her name is Chloe Duke, and she has an amazing story. And she's going to teach us about developing healthy habits and how to turn around this COVID-20. We're almost finishing 2020. Thank you, Jesus. I don't even know where 2020 went. It went in my house in the backyard, and that's it. But without further ado, I would like to introduce you, the gorgeous, the very beautiful Chloe Duke. Hi, Chloe.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so thrilled. Like, we have a lot of messages going on. We're gonna start posting. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Jules. Hi, Victoria. Everybody, Maria. But before we go, let's jump right on in, because
Yes.
I want you to tell me. So I wanted to talk to you and to your mom, because I knew you guys are very influential and all of that stuff. And then obviously you can beat a face because you look baked and sickening.
Oh, thank you.
And then suddenly I find out that you're a fitfluencer, which I freaking love that term. Can you tell me a little bit about how did this fitfluencer term came about?
Totally. So, just like my mom too, for anyone who's met her, we kind of turn everything into a joke. And I have always been just never living a healthy lifestyle. Everything, if I ever wanted to get healthier, lose weight, it was just like cycles of crash diets. And I never understood how to have like a good relationship with food and exercise and really just develop healthy habits in my everyday life. So when I do anything, I have to go full speed ahead. So when I decided, I'm going to work out a little bit, eat a little healthier, I was I'm a fitness influencer, watch out world. And I kind of made a little joke of it. It was satirical. I would post on my Instagram stories. And then I decided, I'm gonna really do this thing. And I joined Weight Watchers with some of our friends, some who are on here. I see Jules and my mom as well. I started going to Orange Theory really regularly, and this joke of being like a fitfluencer satirically kind of became real. And I lost 50 pounds in 5 months. Over the course of the past year, I've lost over 60. And as I was sharing my journey as a joke, it became more and more real with every post, every story. And I kind of started sharing on TikTok, and I have over 100,000 people on TikTok who are kind of keeping up with my journey. And I have an Instagram where I post a lot of like healthy habits and ideas for different like snacks and meals, and just ways to stay motivated and get through this tough time healthily. So it was a joke, but now it's kind of real.
Well, you know what? It's not a joke. This
Yes.
is not a joke right here.
Right.
This is everything. When I met you, you're very young right now, but you were really, really, really young. And it was only a couple of times. You were not this heavy on the left, but you were not that person on the right either.
Right.
Like, I don't know where you were. But I just remember you being a little bit more rounder face and all of that. So this is how many pounds again?
Over 60, so about 62 pounds.
Oh my God. So let's talk about the journey. You joined, is it called WW?
It's WW. Yeah, it's WW, formerly Weight Watchers. I say that just in case anyone doesn't know. But yeah, so essentially just it assigns like points to foods. It just kind of teaches you like what's good and what, you can have, but not as much of, and just different ways to kind of prioritize things that you're eating. So I kind of figured out that I don't need to go like all or nothing when I'm doing this. I just need to create like little daily habits that I'm doing every single day to ladder up to this bigger goal of mine. And I started doing Orange Theory as well. And I go 6 days a week. I love it. I'm obsessed. I get it. Why people exercise. I always thought it was like torture, but now I get like people do it for a reason. So I just really made it part of my routine, and I created a routine, which is something that we really lost during COVID. I feel like we all got out of our routine.
I did create a routine.
Well, that's true. Some of us did create a routine that may or may not have been. Is
a good routine or a bad routine? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
How long was this trajectory of that weight loss? How long was that? Because I'm sure everybody wants that magic pill, and
Right. So I started seriously in July 2019. That's when I decided I'm really gonna do this. I want to lose weight. I want to be, kind of feel like my best self, really. And from July to December 2019, I lost 50 pounds. And it's truly, and we hear this every day of our lives, and we've heard this forever. It's just eating healthy and exercising and consistency. But I feel like I've never believed it. And I'm always like, no, there has to be something easier, quicker, faster. But really that was it. And it's just consistency. And then, over the past, throughout 2020, my goal's not a number on the scale. It's more just like an overall feel. And I want to be toned and, strong. So that's what my goal has been this year. So I've lost like 10 pounds throughout 2020, but also really with a goal of like, I want to, be a badass. I want to be strong. And
because I'm assuming that now is like we go from the weight into toning, into muscle building. I'm assuming because
exactly. I don't want to. I'm not trying to like be the Hulk or anything crazy, but I just want to be like toned and fit and my best self. But yeah, it's not all about the weight now. It's really just being healthy, honestly.
Well, you're already inspiring people. My dear friend Xavier, he's like, I need to get serious about losing some weight, some pounds.
See, Xavier, you got this.
Yes. You don't know this because you don't know me that well, but I do have a sister, a younger sister. She's 50 now. But she, back in the 80s, 90s, she would teach aerobics on TV, like in Puerto Rico. And that's to this day, my sister, I call her a ninja. Like she's probably like you, like she will not, if she eats something, and she can eat whatever she wants to eat, she eats. But Miss Thing is like out running like a badass,
Right.
And it's inspiring. And she inspires me, and then I want to punch her and throw her on the floor.
I know it's definitely a mixed bag of feelings there, but it's true. Once you really get into that, in that zone, for lack of better words, and you are fueling yourself and you feel good, it's really hard to get out of. It's hard to get into, but it's hard to get out of too. So it's a nice
Is it a good addiction?
It is. I think so, because people can go overboard and you can get obsessive, and that's definitely what I try to stray away from. That's why I don't focus as much on the scale anymore. I know I needed to lose weight. I could see it. I could feel it. I felt really lethargic and just tired, and I never felt good. I think that was my main problem. I didn't know what it meant to feel good. So I knew weight had to come off with that. But in addition, I needed to gain those healthy habits and learn that healthy lifestyle so that I could maintain that for the rest of my life. It wasn't just going to be these, this year of weight loss or this 5 months of weight loss. This is something that I would have to carry with me throughout my whole life if I wanted to, really be effective.
I have a question. I believe that you are engaged and your wedding was going to be this year. Talk to me a little bit about that. And was this part of the inspiration about trying to fit in the dress?
Yes. So that was a huge inspiration for me. I got engaged in April 2018. So we might be common law married by this point. I don't even know with all the postponements, but I got engaged in April 2018. A whole year went by that I didn't even do anything with wedding planning because I didn't feel good. And I was honestly really scared. And I felt like inauthentic making those decisions and planning what's supposed to be like the best day of my life when I knew that I wasn't going to feel good or wake up, feeling confident. So I did start Weight Watchers or WW and Orange Theory in the hopes that I could gain that confidence, not just in my everyday life, but know that my why, kind of like the reason behind it, was that I wanted to wake up on my wedding day and feel really confident. So throughout that process, I, booked my venue. I went dress shopping after losing over 50 pounds. My mom and I flew to Kleinfeld. It was like literally 2 weeks before everything COVID happened. So it was pretty good timing. We went to Kleinfeld and I said yes to the dress. So I picked my dress and I felt really great. We're supposed to be getting married actually November 7th. So just like a week or 2 weeks away. So it was postponed to January, but we're going to be postponing it again probably till next November. So I'll be even more snatched.
Exactly.
That's how I'm thinking. Exactly.
How does he feel?
He's really, really proud. He loved me either way, of course. But what he says to me is that he really loves to see my dedication and the changes in my personality. I'm a lot more confident. I think anyone who struggles with confidence issues or body image issues never wants to go out or do anything or be seen. It's it's the biggest deal in the world just going anywhere and getting dressed. So it would always be a big breakdown. And that was kind of taxing on him and our relationship because I never wanted to go anywhere or do anything. So
I
now
heard you didn't like to wear shorts or short sleeves as well.
Anything. I wanted to be covered top to bottom.
Yeah.
It was a lot. And so that would put a lot of constraints on what we could do because we lived in Florida too. So it would be silly. I'd be wearing heavy denim jackets in 90-degree weather thinking, no one thought anything of it, but I'm sure it looked strange. So that was a lot. But now, not that we can do anything now, but if we could, I would be ready.
Now I'm thin and I don't have a place to go.
I know. I'm like, dang, I'm just sitting in my house, staring at the mirror.
So today we're going to be talking about developing healthy habits and how to take the, step by step about how to create a better, how to end the year on a stronger note. Is that
right?
Exactly. Why did you choose to do this particular topic? Because it explains your trajectory, you think?
So this is actually something that I have been personally kind of working on and something that has been big for me because I was sitting down and I like to sit down and kind of make goals and plans, and it helps me just get in a good mindset. And I was thinking about everything I was going to do when 2021 started and how, great, we're going to be out of 2020. What am I going to do in 2021? And I thought about it and I was like, why do I have to wait until 2021? We have at this time, I think it was maybe 3 more months of, 2020. Let's finish it strong and go into the new year, set up for success. So I think that's something really big and always an issue where we kind of think, the holidays, we just gotta, we'll eat our way through the holidays. And I still think it's so important to enjoy, but we don't have to put off every single, goal and habit until the next year. I think we can end 2020 really strong and kind of have a fresh start.
Yeah, so I am going back to North Carolina. My brother lives there. My sister that I told you about, the ninja, She already bought like tennis shoes for hiking, and she's like, "And we're gonna work out." And I was like, "Oh, girl," because I don't know if sometimes I suffer from something called analysis paralysis, or like, next Monday, please. Next Monday, please. You know, I'll start Monday. I'll start Monday. So I when I was a little, I didn't know if I wanted to do the show, because kind of like you not wanting to go outside, it's kind of like, oh crap, I have to own it now. You know what I
now
mean?
you have to be accountable. Yeah, totally. It's so true. And I think we all kind of live in that, we'll start on Monday or we'll start after the holidays, and it's really tough to get out of. And then when you put yourself out here publicly like this, it does make you feel accountable. I totally get that. It's scary, and that's kind of what my journey sharing it on social media has done to me. I'm like, now I really gotta show up, because I have people watching and, you know, kind of taking inspiration from it.
Girl, I feel like Oprah. I'm gonna roll in my fat, and I'm gonna say,
yes, exactly.
So let's go. So we covered this slide. Let's move into the next one, which is the reality. And you already touched a little bit on this, and this is actually, I'll let you talk. How about you?
Yeah, I know this looks like it's a math equation. I promise it's not. This is just something that I actually saw this last year. And last year I was, as we were approaching the holidays, I was about to, or working towards hitting my 50-pound weight loss mark. And that was really my goal for ending 2019. I wanted to go into 2020, 50 pounds down. So it was really daunting to me, because the holidays were coming up, Christmas and New Year and everything. But I came across this, and I know we're a little past October 15th, but same general idea. And this read that, you know, there were 77 days until January 1st. That's the start of the new year. So you eat 3 meals a day. That's 231 meals. And all of those holidays that we have coming up, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, any parties you go to, that accounts for like 13 meals. So why would we wait until January 1st of the next year to start, you know, a health journey or any type of healthy habits for 13 meals out of over 200? So this is just something that kind of put it in perspective for me. I don't think everyone needs to, you know, drastically change their lifestyle or make a huge shift, but we don't have to kind of put everything to the side just because, you know, maybe 13 meals or a few days out of the rest of the year, we're going to be indulging a little bit more, or, you know, kind of putting any healthy thoughts to the side. We still have so many other days that we can really be effective and make positive changes.
I think it's funny that you put here Thanksgiving 2 days, because
I'm
Puerto Rican, because and we celebrate Thanksgiving like the whole week. We're gonna gorge into everything. And it doesn't have to be that way. And just seeing it here at the beginning, when you sent me this particular slide, I was like, what the hell is this? You know, like, what is this? And now it makes it makes more sense. It's like, okay, if you can, quote unquote, sacrifice or eat well, because it's actually not a sacrifice. It's actually changing that habit. Instead of having the chips and salsa, you have something that is not as exciting.
Right. Well, and it's funny because on WW, and I think the reason that this is like kind of like the lifestyle change that worked for me is because I still, and I love chips and salsa, so I'm getting really hungry now when you're talking about this, but you can still have chips and salsa. You can have anything you want. It's just, it kind of teaches you how to prioritize and kind of balance your day and your meals. So I know, like, if I'm going to go get my chips and salsa, maybe I'll get the chicken fajita, just like little things like that, to kind of balance out your life. And it really, little things add up. It's really, really crazy. And I almost didn't think that making small changes and small habits like this would work for me. But they really do add up.
Well, there's an amazing book that I read a few years back, and it's called The Compound Effect. Okay. And it talks about little changes, but at the amount, because it keeps compounding.
Right.
And then the weight really comes down. And it's not the first 3 days. It's just, you just have to keep doing this action steps in order for it to compound and to have the result.
100%. And that's 100% true. And I'm going to actually write that down because I want to read that book.
The compound effect is an amazing.
Everyone write it down.
So talk to me about this slide here. I think we covered this, but I don't know if you have something else.
Yeah, just overall, I know it's been a rough year for everyone. I mean, all over the world. It's really crazy. So it's important for us to kind of take a little bit of control back where we can. And for me, I think it's the easiest, like mind and body, because that's really the one thing we can control. So my tips that I have are kind of just ways to create healthy habits mentally and physically and end the year strong and start 2021 on a really great note.
One thing that you said that is stuck with me is actually your why. Your
Mhm.
why has to move you like really into the
Yes,
next level. So the why could be getting married. The why could be dumping the boyfriend or getting a
right.
new one, and
Yeah.
or whatever it is. But it has to be that strong that is gonna get up your lard ass out of bed, and so you can go
Right.
running or anything like that.
It
So
really, yeah, it really has to inspire you. And my mom is a life coach as well, and something that she really, to the point where I was like, all right, enough. But it really clicked with me is that you have to get clarity on what you want, or else you're not going to get it. You have
yeah.
to really figure out your why. Like you're saying, my why was I wanted to wake up on the morning of my wedding and feel like, you know, just confident and successful and not worry about, can I wear a denim jacket with my wedding dress? Like it's not going to happen. So I think that that's really important to sit down and take 30 minutes and really plan out and figure out what your why is and what your goal is, what you want to feel, what you want to, see. It can be weight related. It doesn't have to be weight related. Your why can be anything really.
One of the things that I noticed about this particular slide, and it sparked something on me, was having a partner to do it
Yes.
with. It doesn't have to be a sexual partner. It's just somebody accountability partner or
Right.
something like that. And I think that's what you have with the WW.
Yes.
Was your mom a partner in crime as well? Because you guys are two peas in a pod.
Yeah, she's a partner in crime. Anything I do, she's stuck with me. It doesn't matter what it is, and I'm stuck with her. So she was definitely great. One of our good friends, Jules, who I saw comment on here, she had a lot of success on the program, which is why we joined. And we have a lot of other friends on here. I see Maria and Adita, some of our like little WW crew. But yeah, it's hugely important to have a community around you. It can be anything. But just having that support and having people
Well,
who get
also,
it.
yeah. I think also by the way, Gina, hello. Gina is your aunt, right?
Yes, Gina's my aunt.
I know her. She's a sickening makeup artist also. She taught at
Yes.
the academy back
Yes.
then. But one of the things that, did I miss it? Did I lose it? Once you say it, the power of the word.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Once it's
Right.
spelled out, like now I'm screwed because I had this show with you.
Exactly.
Do you know
Yep,
what I
you're
mean?
here.
Because the power of the word is there. I have to do it. I don't care if I have to bake it, fry it,
Right.
no, not fry it, put it in a casserole, whatever it is.
Air
But
fry it.
I have to air fry it. Oh, I should get that. But yeah,
You have to have an air fryer. If we don't talk about anything else the rest of the show, it will be about air fryers. I love them. They're the best. But it's
and
true.
now a
You have
word
to
from
put it
our
out.
sponsors, the air fryer.
I wish Ninja, if you're listening, I love your products.
Yeah.
But it's so true.
Okay.
You put it out into the universe and it's gonna happen. And that's I think kind of what I did to myself unknowingly with this fitfluencer thing. And I started it as a joke on Instagram, but then people were like, how's it going? And I kind of had to show up. And even when I didn't want to, I was like, okay, I'm gonna work out so I can post about it as a joke on Instagram stories. And then I started to like working out and I started to like eating healthy, and it became more than a joke. And I put it into the universe, and you got to be careful with what you put out into the universe because it will happen.
It will manifest. And now,
Yes.
like, God forbid you don't want to do this, but like, God forbid you go the opposite way.
Right.
And then
now I'm like, I really got to show up.
You have inspired a lot of people.
know.
I've had this show for a while, and I write columns on fashion and all of that stuff. And just going to Publix, I'm like looking. It's like, am I dressed appropriately?
Right.
Somebody will see you and they're like, oh, you're the guy with the fashion column. And I'm like,
yes.
Oh, crap, when you look like a hot mess. You know what I mean?
I so get, you're like speaking to my like deepest, darkest thoughts right now. I feel that way totally. I made like one TikTok. I didn't think anyone would see it. I had like a few friends following me, and it, got millions of views, and then I had 100,000 followers out of nowhere, and then my Instagram's blowing up with thousands of followers, and I was like, dang, I really, I gotta be a fitfluencer, whether I like it or not. Thankfully, I feel great and I want to do it, but it's really true. You gotta show up once you put it out there into the universe.
How did it feel when you get your first stranger that says, kind of like Xavier here, but he didn't get as warm and fuzzy because he just met you, but like somebody that says, you inspire me and look what I've done because of you. Who was that? Do you remember? Or how did it feel? Because you're doing this kind of for yourself. You're a very giving person, but do you know what I mean? Like,
right. Yeah, no, 1,000%. And it's crazy to me because I get how it could be inspiring, seeing like a transformation or a weight loss. But I don't consider myself I'm not like an inspirational speaker, and I'm not trying to, particularly be so motivational, but I get hundreds of DMs of people telling me that they started WW, they're doing Orange Theory, they've been inspired. And someone who's actually a really good friend of mine now, she had done WW a long time ago and saw a picture of me in like a Facebook group we were in. I didn't know her at the time, in March. And this March, like when quarantine started, she started on WW, really went hard with working out. And she's she's literally 99 pounds down. She's about to hit 100 pounds since March.
wow.
And now we're really good friends. But she said, I saw your picture and I got inspired to get started. And I mean, granted, that's like she had to do all the work. I just had a picture, but
you were the catalyst. You were that.
It's really cool. Yeah. It's amazing to see. And she's so amazing and strong and, so dedicated. And to think that I had like any small, 0.0001% of it is really great. And now she's a great friend. So
I think you had more than 0.00. I think you were the catalyst.
I
mean, when I saw that before and after, I was like, okay, I need to print this and put it on my fridge.
I'll send you a signed copy. Don't worry.
Exactly. All right. So
Xavier
we were talking about our sponsors, and I'm very excited because not my skincare line. I know Victoria has something cooking, and we're going to cover that in the next show, Victoria. But we do have a sponsor, and I'm so excited for the first time to show you our sponsor from Image Skincare. So let's take a 20-second break, and we will be right back with Miss Fitfluencer Chloe Duke. So that's a new package for, it makes a great Christmas present. I love these products. The vitamin C's are just out of this world. I don't know if you know this brand, but it's.
Yeah.
Oh, you
and
do?
I mean, this is a great time, I feel like, to do skincare and get your skin right while we're, sitting at home on Zoom calls and, working from home, throw on a mask, do a little serum, whatever. This is the perfect time.
Yeah, it's also a great time to get work done. I'm just kidding.
Don't think I haven't thought about it.
Well, the show last week, we were talking about Botox and all of that with the doctor that I love.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. So before we continue, let's before we give our last steps, I want to talk a little bit about fashion news of the week, which is one of my favorite segments of the show. So let's move into fashion news of the week. And the first news that we had a show that was one of the most viewers that we have the most viewers, and it was a Barbie show. And do you like Barbie?
I love Barbie. I'm going through a midlife or a quarter life crisis, I guess. I love Barbie. I love pink. Everything has to be like childlike. I don't know what's going on, but I love Barbie.
So we had a great designer, and now guess who gets his own Barbie? None other than Mr. Elton John, Skyrocket.
Carlos, I thought it was gonna be you.
I have my own, girl. Actually, but anyway, Elton John, although it doesn't look like Elton John, is inspired by the Rocket Man, and it is styled to his likeness. And this doll is only $50, a collector's item, and it's released to mark the 45th year anniversary of his 1975 Dodgers concert. What do you think about this doll being all dolled up like Elton John?
I mean, it's beyond fabulous. I love it. I want the outfit. I want the hairdo. I think it's so cute.
How cute are the letters at the bottom of the jeans?
Adorable, adorable. And it just like it's needed right now. We need some fun like this here in 2020, and I think this is a good little addition.
Yep. All right. So I love Barbie, and another thing that the other news of the week. Let me get your mom's comment. She's going crazy here. She's like,
I told you.
Yeah, we love her. All right. So I know that you are getting married. Did you have your bachelorette party before the COVID or no?
No, I did not have my bachelorette party yet. So 2021, another thing to prepare for, get snatched for.
Oh my God. And you girls, because I've gone to the Academy of Glam many, many times, and I don't even know how you're going to taper down the amount of people that can go to this thing, because you guys are inspiration. You have a following of girls that I don't even know. So I think I found your venue for your bachelorette party.
Hit me.
You like pink?
I love pink.
And you like girly and frilly, and we have a Dolly Parton rooftop bar.
My gosh.
That opened in Nashville, and it's basically made for bachelorette parties. I saw, actually, Silvana Camargo, a dear friend of mine that does the show with me, she sent it to me. And I was like, oh my God, I have to send this, because either you or Miss Lisa Opie, that is also getting married.
Oh, yeah.
Like this. Look at this. Look at these little cabanas in pink. And
cute.
I'm gagging.
In a dream world, this would just actually be my wedding. Like, Kyle would show up. He'd be confused why everything's pink, but the bride needs to get her way.
Well, and actually, he's like a ginger Ken with a beard.
He is.
Yeah, mind you, he's very much my type, but he plays for the other team. But let's continue. The name of the bar is called White Limousine, and it's inspired in Dolly Parton's 29th solo album, her 29th album, and it's a rooftop bar. Open in early July in Nashville. Like I said, the space is very frilly and very fabulous, and it's begging to have your bachelorette party there. By the way, they have like sparkly champagne Jello shots. Yeah.
Wow.
And
Jello is 0 points on WW, so this is good news.
Yes. Oh, they are?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the champagne might be a few points, but Jello is 0 points.
Oh, okay, good. So, I don't know let's talk a little bit about Halloween. Do you have any plans for Halloween?
Every year.
Who does any plans anyway?
Who does have any plans? Every year I'm the same way, where all year I plan costumes, and then the day of I stare straight ahead and watch TV and don't do anything. So I would love plans, or maybe just to dress up, but I think I need to figure something out by Tuesday, because the clock is ticking. So every year I kind of dress up as Richard Simmons. That's like my go-to. I have it, the costume, the wig, I have the spirit. So I might just go Richard Simmons again, but I kind of want something a little sexy now that I'm feeling,
I was just going to say thank you, Jesus. You were not going to do like sexy cat, because I was going to slap you. And there you said that.
I need something, I'm always the banana, Richard Simmons,
a broccoli.
Exactly. Well, I might do the banana again, as I go to WW, but I can make it sexy.
Well, there's a new movie. It's a remake of a movie called The Witches.
Yes.
And it's with none other than Anne Hathaway, and it's just one of my favorite. I mean, Devil Wears Prada. Hello.
Yes.
And we have 1 minute and 10 seconds, but I wanna show this clip because I think it's everything. Let's take a look at The Witches.
My story begins when I was a young boy.
You'll be comfy here in your mama's old room. I'd do anything for her to be here right now.
Grandma was a tough lady with a big heart. And little by little, she brought me out of my sadness. Now if you feel that you can't go on, darling, I didn't know it, but there was a dark shadow looming nearby. Witches. They're real, and they hate children.
Welcome.
What would you do if there were mice
running all around this hotel.
I would call the exterminator.
You see, girls? He would exterminate those brats.
Rats. We would exterminate the rats.
I feared this was happening. They're here. That means a test is coming. Ladies, I have a plan. Andro, to transform a child into a mouse.
Whoa! Why are we mouses? Mice? Whatever!
So that is The Witches. What do you think?
I'm excited because The Witches was one of my favorite books growing up. I love Roald Dahl, and I loved the original movie because, and he is one who wrote Matilda and like lots of other like fun books. So I'm really excited to see the remake because it like unlocked that part of my childhood that I haven't really thought about recently. So I'm excited. It looks great, and I love Anne Hathaway as well. So I know she'll be amazing.
She's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah. I just think it looks great. I feel bad because there's no red carpets openings, and I always look forward to what they're wearing. But
right,
no premiere, no problem is what Miss Anne Hathaway posted in her Instagram, because there was no premiere, but she still managed to dress up for the day that it was released on HBO. And look what she wore, a gorgeous!
Oh my gosh, everything.
Ralph and Russo dress. And, she did a virtual red carpet to promote the movie. And I love this drama ruffled crimson dress. The hair a little messy. There's just not enough ruffles. What do you think?
True, there never are. I really actually like the idea of a virtual red carpet. I feel like we can get even more glamour. And I love this like editorial moment that we can't really capture on a red carpet. So I'm all for it. And I think she looks amazing. I love the dress.
I think the one thing that I keep seeing every week that happens with the COVID is that things are not going to go back to normal completely, because now we found this way of even doing this kind of show, like we're doing right now, or virtual things, or meetings that people don't have to do offices or something like that. So we haven't seen the end of the COVID effect. And I think there's some good that comes out of it in the midst of all the darkness.
Definitely. I agree. Definitely.
So let's get back to healthy habits. And we're going to move to the GPS. Program your inner GPS. Talk to me about this.
Okay, so this is something, again, as you can tell, I am a mama's girl, but this is something my mom always says to me as well, but it's really important to program our inner GPS. So essentially what that means is we can't get anywhere, in a car, in real life, if we don't have our destination figured out. We'll just be driving endlessly. So just like in life, it's really important to figure out that, that destination, that why, that end goal, and set a goal for yourself. It doesn't have to be, weight or scale related, like I said, just something that you can kind of measure against. Do you want to walk 100 miles by the end of the year? Do you want to fit into your favorite pair of jeans? Whatever it is, something that you can work towards, throughout the next 2 months and set your sights on and kind of program that inner GPS to where you want to go.
Because I feel like sometimes people are living by default. You know what I mean?
Right.
They just do
the
same and the same and the same, but they don't have a place to go. I always, I'm not trying to like be better, but I'm always, just like your mom, just like you, she just posted, I'm always cooking something. I'm always doing something. And right now I have like 3 things going on that I would like to share that I cannot share because you don't want to like spoil it because you've been there. I've been there already when I say something and I think that doesn't happen. My work, my clothing was going to be on HSN, that it fell through and I said it. And then you feel like a loser. So it's like, program your GPS.
Right.
Tell your 1 partner or 2 partners, your closer friends, and keep it shot. Keep it tight.
Eyes on the prize. It's about you. You don't have to share it with the world, and that puts a lot of pressure on people. And in some cases, pressure makes diamonds, but in other cases, you crack under pressure. So I think it's definitely important, based on your personality, what works for you. figure out what you want to do, where you want to go, and then figure out how you're going to get there. It doesn't have to be this big public thing. You can keep it to yourself and just kind of work towards the goal.
Yeah, there's a song, you're too young, but there's a song by Alita Adams that says, I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can.
Right.
And it's like, again, I don't care if I have to cook it, fry it in an air fryer, put it in a casserole, I'm going to get it done, but just keep the eye on the price.
Exactly.
So we have another segment that is called Fashion Quotes of the Week. And in the Fashion Quotes of the Week, we have this particular quote that you sent us. Do you want to talk to me about this quote?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite quotes that kind of pertains most to like my journey with weight loss and healthiness and just all of that in general. And it reads, "You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine." And I think that's something that really resonates with me, because in the past I would always have this like big, huge goal, and my vision board would be like a big picture of Kate Upton, and it would, I had to be looking like a Sports Illustrated model, and it's not going to be just this one huge change and you're going to see results instantly. You need to make small changes in your daily routine, and that's where you're going to find your success. It's not going to be in this huge shift that you make where you're just totally not being authentic to yourself and, doing what you need, but you got to make those small changes.
Yeah, small bite-sized changes, no pun intended.
Exactly.
Before we move into our last step, we need to take 20 seconds for another word from the different sponsor. And the name of the sponsor is the Marrero Collection. And how is your mask game, girl? How many do you have?
It's important to have good masks. And as I'm watching this, I'm like, my mask game needs to be a little stronger. I have like, one or two cute ones and then just a bunch of disposable ones. But I think it's so important. And it's the same thing with like, you're putting sunglasses, glasses on your face, scarves, handbags. These are all accessories. A mask is your accessory now too. And it's really important to keep that game strong. That's like literally the first thing people see in lieu of your face. So right. It's really important to have a really great mask.
Well, don't worry, because Papa is going to cook you a couple of masks, one for your mama, one for you.
Thank you.
We must take a second to say hello to my drag daughter, Miss Lisa Opie, who
is
Lisa. Queen of Snatched. Literally, her palette is named. She called it Snatch, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. So don't worry, Sivana. Hi, how are you? So it is your mom saying that masks are the hottest accessory, and
it's true. They have to be.
Well, I want to tell Victoria that I didn't know, and I knew, and I always say this, I repeat myself a lot, but I didn't know that I was still going to be designing masks in November when I started in February. March, sorry. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. So we're coming down for a landing. Our last and most important step, I think, it's actually developing your favorite healthy habits. And these are the habits that you have. I'm assuming the first one is a bottle of pink vodka.
Exactly. That's what it is. And that's what I wanted to tell everyone about. So you can put whatever you want in it, technically. I can't endorse, one liquid over another. But this is just something that I know it's like the age-old, drink more water. Water's good for you. But I cannot believe what like drinking more water every single day and being mindful about drinking water has done. It's a small change that I made and was more mindful about, but it has really, really made a big difference just in my overall health and wellness. So I have what that picture is. It's actually a gallon jug. I get it on Amazon, but they have it in half-gallon sizes. You don't have to, drink a full gallon a day or anything crazy. But it's just so nice to stay hydrated, and it's great for your skin. It's great for your gut. It's great for everything. So I really love to have that as a goal of mine every single day. One of my habits is to drink I call it my jug, and it's a gallon, and I make sure that I get that done by the end of the day, and I feel really good accomplishing it. And it's not hard. It's next to my desk, and I just drink it all day. So that's a big one for me.
So water is one of the things that I don't love, but you
Right.
just said something right now, and you said it so casually that but it dawned on me. I was like, mindfully drinking it. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Yeah.
sometimes we're like, shit, I gotta drink some water. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But instead of doing it like that, but just mindfully getting that jog and making an effort.
Right. And
Anyway.
it's true because it's like anything with health or wellness, it's not gonna be, oh, let me take a few sips. I love water. We might not necessarily love it, but we will love how it makes us feel. And just having any type of like water bottle or this jug for me is great because I know just exactly how much I need to drink. But it's nice to just have it near. And I like to actually do something called like a little chug along. So I'll play a song that I like or, something fun, and I'll just chug along to the chorus. And I know it sounds funny, but like it'll be, 20 seconds of just chugging some water to the beat, and I get a lot of water down and I feel good. And I have like a nice little work break.
Again, I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can.
Exactly. If you gotta chug along, do
if
it.
you need to sing, if you need to whatever. So the second one, is
Exactly.
it walking or jogging or any kind of
So I think walking is such a great habit that people can have because you don't have to be, an Olympic athlete to walk. You don't have to take a ton of time out of your day. And it's something that really is great physically and mentally. You get outside. It's just a really, really great habit and an effective habit, I believe. So you can do it, have a goal of walking a mile a day, or you can have a goal that's not really distance, but time. Maybe you want to just do a 10-minute walk every day, something that you can do maybe first thing in the morning when you wake up, or something during your lunch break to maybe disconnect. I just love it because I have like my goal. I want to do like a mile walk every day. And it's just my walk where there's no noise, if that makes sense. I have so much noise. I'm on Zoom calls all day. I actually work in social media strategy. So I'm always on social media and doing that for work. So it's nice at the end of the day just to kind of go out and walk and just kind of hear nature almost.
It's one of those things that I do enjoy. And I believe that I'm going to skip ahead just for a second, but
yeah.
I'm assuming that the last one, is it meditation at the bottom?
So anything, it can be like more typical meditation where, you have a little music going, whatever, or it can even just be 10 minutes sitting down, writing in a journal, things that you're grateful for, affirmations, something just to kind of get your mind in the right headspace.
Because the reason why I jumped to that one is because I actually walk meditating. Like I have guided meditations, and that I do enjoy. And I know this is going to sound like an excuse, but I literally got up earlier than normal today, and I was like, why am I up? And I was like, today I'm going to walk. I'm doing this show. I got to walk. I got to get my lard ass right out of the house. And, blah, blah. And girl, I sent you a video of the rain.
I'll back you up on that one.
Today.
It's true. No, it's true because I really wanted to do like a really long walk today, and I was ready. I was like, Kyle, I'm going to do like 4 miles. I'm going to be walking all over the place. And it was raining all day long. So that's why I am currently petitioning to get a treadmill desk. I really want a treadmill desk.
Okay. Great.
I think I'll put it in. It's 2021.
Yeah, put it in. Power shake. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so a power shake. This is a health brand called Purium. It's just something that I like to do to supplement, like for my greens. I think sometimes it's easy to forget like fruits and veggies, and well, not fruits. I love grapes. I eat grapes all day long, but sometimes I forget that side of veggies or getting all of that in my system. So I like to have a little of this. It's called a power shake. 1 to 2 scoops. I just put it in some water, and I feel good about myself, and I feel healthier, and it's really great for your gut too. I just talked about that with water, but like our gut is I mean, it's everything. It's our stomach. Like it's everything. So it's really important to keep that everything. Yeah. So I like to keep that healthy and happy. And so I do that, with my water, with my greens, but the shake is just something really easy that I know I can do. And it keeps me really full because it's tons of like whole foods in there. So I like to do that as one of my daily habits as well.
And what is the book that is on the slide?
Okay. So the book is, you can do 2. There's 2 options for the book. Either I love to read. So some people that just might not be your thing. Maybe you like to unwind by watching some Netflix. That's fine too. But I find that I'm really happy when I lay down at night on my Kindle and just get a few minutes in of reading. So I think it's really important to either read or sit down and write a little bit, right? Something you're grateful for. Put pen to paper and just taking that simple action of spending 1 minute of really, you know, writing out that gratitude or that affirmation and really saying like, I am, you know, today I am powerful, or I am this. Just really having that is powerful and gets your day in a really great space. So I think either reading or writing, something really easy to do as a daily habit, but can make you feel really good.
I have a gratitude jar, and
That's
before
perfect.
bed I write some things that I'm grateful for, because
I love that.
it's an attitude of gratitude. And sometimes if you're having a bad day, in the jar, I wish it was closer, and I will bring it, and I will bring it into another show. But sometimes if
Yes.
you're down, depressed, and trust me, it's happened during this year, you grab
yeah.
a bunch of them and you start reading them, and you're like, oh, I forgot that this happened. Oh, I
I
forgot.
love
And then
that.
it flips the switch into
Totally.
from pesosity into a little bit more of a happy feel, which is where we
I
want to
love that.
vibrate. Because what we vibrate is what we're going to attract, you know?
Right, totally. It's so important. Like what we put out is what we're gonna get. So I love that idea. I think a gratitude jar is amazing. I'm gonna make one. I'm like looking around. Do I have anything to be a jar? I need to go get a jar tomorrow.
Well,
But
you
I
don't
think
have
that's
to get
great.
the jar tomorrow. You can do the things and put them in
That's true. That's true.
in a glass or something.
I love that.
We just showed the skincare that is sponsoring the show
Yes.
today, and you're saying here, saving face. Is this Beauty Society? What is
Yeah,
this?
so this is a mask I like to do. But like you were saying, skincare is something that's so great and so important. And you know, now during quarantine is a really nice time to take a few minutes and do some self-care. So I love to do this mask. It's called Saving Face, and it's really fun because it like bubbles up on your face, and you feel that like nice tightening sensation. So I like to do this one, but just doing some type of something for yourself. It can be a 5-minute skincare routine, doing something that, you know, my mom and I like to say will help you emerge cuter from 2020 and emerge better. That's, you know, always great. So that's a really easy habit you can do too. Just say, okay, I need to do one thing to better myself today. I'm going to do a little face mask. But all of these essentially are just ideas. You don't have to do all of them. You don't have to do any of them. But it's nice to write 2 or 3 down, like 2 or 3 habits that you want to do every single day, and start incorporating those into your routine. And you can add more as you go along, but those, like you said, will compound and create this big effect.
Well, Miss Thing, I don't know, but I had so much fun. We discussed we discussed that we were gonna do a half hour, and we talked for a full hour, and we have a lot of engagement going on. I wanna, before we go, I wanna ask you, what's next for Chloe before getting married? Do you have?
That is a great question, actually.
What's on Chloe's GPS?
I need to program my GPS. I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Hold on, your mom is probably gonna fill it out for you.
I gotta answer this quick before she writes it down.
Yes.
I think definitely just keep on keeping on, and that's my biggest thing, and it's something that in the past I have struggled with. If I ever, you know, started a journey or lost weight, it would be I'd have like 3 minutes of happiness and I'd feel great, and then I'd go right back to it. So for me, my goal is to stay consistent, stay the course, you know, keep working out, keep living this healthy lifestyle, and hopefully eventually get married and, you know, feel great. I can't wait for my first dress fitting, which will be in the next few months, and just feeling really confident and great in that dress.
Well, you are just lovely to talk to, and
Thank
I cannot wait to have you again. I cannot wait to have your mom in the show as well.
Yes, I'll be commenting.
Yes. Before we go, please make sure you follow Chloe. I had Chloe's. Oh, Chloe, yours is right here on next to your
Yes.
To your,
Wait, I have one more thing because my mom's commented it, and I'll get.
Okay, go ahead. Yes,
we
yes,
are
yes.
launching our lifestyle brand. So we have our podcast, Duke It Out podcast, and we're actually doing an extension of Duke It Out, where we're going to have some of our favorite things that we're going to be launching. My mom has specifically a really amazing product that I'm excited about. Not even what she said was cooking, Carlos. There's more. She's cooking more in her. She has an industrial kitchen now, it feels like. But yeah, so that's what we're working on. Some of our lifestyle stuff. So that will be coming soon.
Well, I love your mother so much. And by the way, that podcast is very good. And
Thank you.
I'm going to tell you, I did listen to it, and I'm going to prove it. You drive your boyfriend crazy by saying, I love grapes. I love grapes. Did I tell you I love grapes? Did I tell you I love grapes? So now you know that I actually.
You really do listen. You do.
I did listen to the podcast.
That's an insider fact.
Yes. I loved it. I love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And I cannot wait to have you back. Until then,
yes.
This is Chloe Duke, and my name is Carlos Marrero, and you watch Trendencias. Bye.
Bye.